All right, man. Give me an introduction.
What is up, everybody? My name is Julio, and I want to introduce everybody to my 2017 Subaru WRX non-STI. Why is it a non-STI? Because I'm the imposter. I got the wing in the back. You can tell I have no Brembos on this thing. A little bit about me. I am Mexican. I'm 26 years old. This is one of my biggest dream cars I've had. And today I want to, talk about, just a little bit about my little Subaru WRX straight out of the Kellogg cereal box. A little bit about this thing. It's my first all-wheel drive car. It's always been my dream car. I always wanted to, I always thought about, buying the STI. Fortunately, STI was a little out of my budget range at the time, and I really didn't want to deal with the rod knock problems. So that's why I got the WRX with the FA motor. Aesthetic-wise, not really much to it. Avid one wheels, STI wing. Yes, STI wing. Black wheels, I got the Subie speed tail lights. My pride and joy of this car is actually the interior. The interior of my Subaru is, for me, I've always been a person that absolutely loves that race car vibe to it. As you can see right behind me, finally, for the longest time, I wanted to get the Brom seats in there. Was able to finally pick them up. For literally, Facebook Marketplace will be your best friend when it comes to car parts. Found these for about $1,000. I absolutely love it. This is the last touch to my build, at least for the interior. I had my steering wheel put in last year. So the steering wheel I got off, I believe it was some labs online. It's the leather wrap steering wheel. I love that Alcantara material on the steering wheels. It is by far my absolute favorite thing when it comes to steering wheels. I absolutely hate the full leather wrap steering wheel, like the OEM wheel this thing had. It's absolutely atrocious. If you're a Subaru owner, you probably know that the steering wheel loves to start peeling after a certain amount of time. Yeah, it's not good. So a lot of people, when they see the interior of my car, I got made fun of this a lot. My checkerboard floor mats. Believe it or not, I saw a car that had them online. It's like, oh, you know what? It's a older generation Subaru. Believe it was on a Hawkeye body. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a try. Let's see if they have it for the VA body style. And about a month later, they're sitting in my car. As you can see by the interior, I have a red and black theme going. I got my little sidekick up here, Shadow the Hedgehog. Always been a fan of Sonic, especially Shadow. He's always looking at me pissed off, and it kind of makes me drive a lot faster. So that's the whole reason he's sitting there. Other than that, I mean, the interior, like I stated before, my pride and joy. I feel like, to me, it's finally complete, with the exception of, maybe a couple carbon fiber accents here in the near future. Other than that, I mean, there she is. It's the interior. It's, I would say, is that red and black theme. To each his own. Some people like pink. Some people like, neon green. I like red and black. See, black, red, everywhere.
So why the Subaru WRX out of other cars that you could have had?
So Subaru WRX for me, ever since I was a little kid, I was always interested, kind of like in rallycross, seeing all the Subarus, the Evos, the Audis, just driving crazy, and I always told myself, I'm gonna get this one day. I mean, as a little kid, you see these little things, and it's like, that's, I want to be that one day. I mean, by no means I'm definitely no rallycross driver. When it snows, you see all these, big F-250s, Silverados, four-wheel drive stuck in the snow. This thing goes right through. It's a good feeling. Trust me, it's an amazing feeling. You see parking lots like this, nice and big, and you just say, you know what? Put it in first, second gear, and just start doing nice old donuts in the snow. Yes, I have gotten stuck with this once. How do you manage to get a Subaru stuck? Easy. You think it's cement, it turns out it's grass. It's drifting around in the snow, and what I thought the parking lot ended up being a lot longer turns out to be all grass and actually dipped down. I couldn't tell because the snow was actually pretty level up until I got in there. And fortunately, as much as I like to make fun of pickup trucks, my buddy actually had to bring his pickup truck to come get me out. So yes, getting a Subaru stuck is possible.
Okay, so what car did you drive before the Subaru WRX?
Before the Subaru WRX, I had a 2005 Nissan 350Z. It's all stock. Yes, it was automatic, but it was my first sports car I ever owned. Fortunately, as a matter of fact, it was actually, I got really lucky with this because I wasn't in the sports car market at the time, but my cousin brought it up. He's like, hey, I got a buddy that's selling the 350Z. How much? $5,000. How many miles? 55,000 miles. Here's my money. Take it. Really loved the car, but it really wasn't something I always wanted. It wasn't until I started working at the dealership where one of these, like this exact body style, came into the dealership. Me being always wanted a Subaru, I talked to the manager and said, hey, can you let me take it out for a spin? He's like, bring it back in one piece. And fast forward, you know, 6 years later, I got my own.
So coming from owning the Nissan 350Z to owning a WRX, what would you say the key difference are between the cars?
Key difference, all-wheel drive. 350Z, rear-wheel drive. Yes, it's a super fun car to drive. Yes, I went sideways with it. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. The all-wheel drive, I will say, is definitely the biggest key difference between both vehicles. Obviously, you can tell one car is meant to be driven mainly in the summer, as for a car that's meant to be driven, every month of the year. Each car, I would say, has a strong point. 350Z is, I would say, is a very nice car to go straight, whereas to this car is good to take curves. You know, you take all these curves, you know, like people that drive on, the tail of the dragon. You know, you see these cars absolutely dominate those curves. It's not to say the 350Z can't. It definitely could, not without, modifications as compared to the WRX, where it's literally ready to tackle the curves, straight out of the cereal box.
So where's your favorite place to drive the Subaru?
My favorite place to drive the Subaru? Well, I got two places I like to drive. First place I like to drive it, any downtown city, downtown Naperville, Aurora. My absolute favorite place, Interstate Highway. By far my most favorite place to drive the Subaru in, because it's just a stretch of road. I feel like, this is the one space I can actually feel my car's full potential. By the way, when I say the highway, I do it on Mexican highways. I never do it on the highways in the United States, because, police is never happy. Cops always like to ruin the fun, but, I mean, they do their job, so God bless them. I like to drive on the highway because, it's always an adrenaline rush when you're on the highway, especially when you roll, with other vehicles. It's just it's the one place where I feel like when I drive, got to escape reality a little bit, escape, life's problems, one gear at a time.